song is very good.
In the world of clicks and views, we got the tricks, ain't got time to lose. Christina and Joe dropping knowledge non-stop for all you realtors. Climb it to the top. Grab your camera, let's make the tape. Content gold, no time to waste. From open house to renovation glory, YouTube secrets unfold your story. Build those leads with every post. Christina and Joe, the ultimate hosts. Market trends and virtual tours. Turn those watchers into door knocking scores. Lights, camera, action, go live. Tips and tricks to help you thrive. Thumbnail magic, title spice. A clickbait charm, but a touch of nice. SEO game on point and tight. Comments buzz.
We're like both nodding our heads. Yeah.
I know.
It's very catchy.
We're geeks. That's why. We're nerdy. We can't help ourselves.
No, we can't.
Well, happy Thursday there, Joe Eves. It's good to see you. Hey. So today we're going to talk about what, like, I don't know if you saw, because you don't use this editing software, but yes, you do. Never mind. I'll shut up. CapCut. CapCut, man. I mean, I've used Final Cut Pro for years, and then I started using CapCut. Got totally addicted because that is a powerful tool, and the price is so reasonable. I was like, oh, love me some CapCut. Well, whenever the Tiki-Talkie ban happened, people were panicking. I mean, that really upped the game for a lot of real estate content,
Right.
And when that went down, a lot of people didn't know what to do, right? And so there are some other apps out there. And it got me thinking because, of course, I go back to Final Cut Pro with ease. But thank God I knew that. But
right.
But I use PicMonkey for my thumbnails, and I use nothing else. What if that goes away? So we need to talk. You
Yes.
me, and the 4 people are watching. We need to talk. We need to talk about like what apps are out there for doing other things in case yours gets shut down. Because really, honestly, we should learn at least 2, a minimum of 2. Because if one goes down, the next one should go up.
Yeah.
So what do you like? Because I'm gonna be selfish here. What do you think would be a good replacement app for PicMonkey? And don't say Canva because it totally sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know. I know people love it. I honestly cannot stand it.
I don't know. Like for me, it would be Photoshop, but for someone that doesn't want to spend a bunch of time, I don't know if there's another one as good as PicMonkey for the learning curve and the ease of use.
Mm-hmm.
There might be like Adobe Express, maybe.
Yep. I was going to say Adobe Express. And I was thinking, I don't know if you ever use GIMP.
I haven't used that one. No.
Yeah. That's a free one. And it's like Adobe Express Lite.
Okay.
The only problem with it is that the images may not be as clear as you want them to be. So you can, after you've downloaded it, is to go and put it in Snapseed, and then boost up the sharpness and clarity, and that will take out the fuzziness in it.
Right. It'll enhance it and make it more HD.
Yeah, make it more HD. Now, I know people love Canva. Like now you can even make videos in it, but I don't think it does as good of a job.
Canva is very clunky, and like it doesn't let you. I mean, it's great if you want to do like some like pre-templated social media posts that are like what you see with everybody. But like if you're really wanting to like create something, and when you're doing thumbnail design, like you really do need more like freedom. And I think that Canva it's good for people to get like a sense of like, hey, this is what graphics can do, but you hit a ceiling really fast.
Yes.
And so if you're going to spend the time learning it, why don't you just skip that and go right into something that actually has some value and that has a lot of tools, and it's easy to learn.
I'm just doing a little Google search right here. Alternatives to PicMonkey, and I want to see what the old Google
But
Web.
the old, you do that and I'll do Chat GPT.
Okay, let's see what it says. Another one is PixArt. Let's see what.
Oh,
what
yeah.
this,
Uh-huh.
let's see what this one looks like. So, share screen. Okay. All right. So, it has smart background removal, which PicMonkey's background removal has gotten really, really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but I
Maybe
mean,
they're doing some updates or something.
that or vice versa. They haven't updated it in a while. That's what I kind of think.
Well, Photoshop's is incredibly good.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So
You can do a background remover for business. Let's see. A social media kit, a brand kit, product ads, logo creation, brand identity.
yep, your GIMP shows up on this list, and then you're on Pixlr right now, right?
PixArt.
There's one that's called Pixlr.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I actually have used. It's like a Photoshop version, but free.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Photor, all in one platform, image generation. Looks like it has like apps and everything. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I think that there's a lot of alternatives out there, but like if you are going to be using one of these, and Canva, like we've had plenty of our students start with Canva and then they're like, I just can't do like what I need on it. So I need an alternative. And there are other alternatives, and it seems like everybody that we've suggested, or you rather have suggested that to use PicMonkey, like they
all
love it.
switched. They
love it.
I don't know how many people were like, well, no, I've been using Canva for years. I really love it. I don't, it's going to be too hard. And then all of a sudden they switch over to PicMonkey and they're like, I should have done this sooner. It makes it look so
it
much
like
better.
saves me so much more time and it's so much easier to use. But that's a great image editor for all different types of stuff, not just like your thumbnails, but like you can use it for everything. But what about editing software then?
Oh, okay. So that was what everybody got stuck on, right? So I think it's important to have one that is like part of your computer system, because these web-based ones at any time can go kaput, right? So if you can find one that actually is part of your computer, like Final Cut Pro, or anything that you can download and have, but it's not going to have all the features that you want, but at least it will get you, started. And that way you own it and it belongs to you. It's really hard to find those kinds of things today. So I think one of those apps that you should have has, is part of your, like if you download the app, or it's part of your computer. So you don't have to worry if they decide to shut down and you're SOL. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point this out too, because some people are still having problems with their CapCut subscription. If you have a VPN, put it to Canada and the features will come back. Or I think somebody else would like put it to like South America or somewhere in South America, and they were able to be able to get all the features back. Just know that, who knows what's going to happen in 75 days. Right. And so even though this VPN might work now for that, it may not work in 75 days because it wasn't there at all. They just shut down all the servers when it all happened. That was it. You couldn't even open it. It was like nothing. There was nothing there. So I strongly suggest it may be back now, or you may be able to use a VPN now. Now is the time to start looking at different alternatives and have at least two different alternatives.
Because I mean, the thing is we don't know if TikTok is going to come back, and if it does, is it going to come back how, like it was before?
Yeah. Or are they going to be allowed to run all of their products? Because they have a bunch of them. It isn't just. Here's another one that a lot of people use, and there's a ton of tutorials out there of this. I wanted to share this one with you because, like I know people that have used this, and it's really good, and that's Filmora.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's not that expensive.
No.
Oh, look at the little. Do you see this pop up?
Yeah.
It says, "Congrats,
the best CapCut alternative."
And you know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. But Filmora is great, and they're. We know somebody, Daniel Patel. He do the Filmora
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure he does Filmora tutorials. He
Tutorials. Yeah.
did a bunch of them on there. So I would look at this as an alternative to CapCut. It's not that expensive. It's easy to use. It does have some really cool features in it. Yeah. So I like that one as well. I used it a long time ago, but I don't know why I quit using it. There wasn't any kind of reason for it because it did make things easy. I think I just got annoyed with how the timeline was sticking.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
that
they
was-
have like the actual snap feature, so it would stick when you're cutting instead of being able to move stuff around freely like you can in Final Cut.
right. That was annoying me. I'm sure they've
There's probably a setting that could turn on or off for that. But I think that's that's really why we're here, is like to help everybody like stay up to date with like the different types of technology that's coming out and the different types of editing software, and just to be aware, because like nothing is like a worse feeling is when you can't get stuff done because of software or technology and you're handcuffed. And so having a little bit of knowledge to be able to work different programs. And what's interesting is once you understand one program, it's easier to pick up another one. So like if you're using like Final Cut, for example, or you're using Filmora or CapCut, they're all basically the same. They're going to have a timeline, they're going to have assets, they're going to have a viewer. And then you can, like, once you understand that interface for that program, then it becomes a lot easier. But like the process is almost the same in all of them. They just might be laid out just a little bit differently.
Some people were talking about this one. I have yet to have used it. Have you used this program right here? InShot?
No, I haven't used it.
I don't know if it's just for photographs though. It doesn't look like, maybe it is for videos.
Maybe they've got some like filters and templates for like shorts and stuff.
Yeah. But it looks like it's mostly vertical.
Yeah.
But it's an alternative.
Yep.
And you can always, if you have a Mac, right? You get iMovie for free.
Yeah.
Like
it's built in.
Yeah, it's very rudimentary, right? But if you have a subscription to like Storyblocks or anything like that, you can add some pizzazz into your videos by using Storyblocks. But the first app I ever learned to edit with was iMovie, and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It gets the job done. Is it the best editing tool out there? Absolutely not. But if you're in a pinch and you got to get a video out, finish it up, use your iMovie and it's free if you have an Apple.
Yeah. And you know what, like we know like some people that they started making videos and they were using their phone when they first started.
I don't know how many people I know that edit like a whole 12-minute video on a phone. Like,
well,
I'm still blown away by that.
I know. And the thing is like they edit it, they did all of that, and then when they switch to like a computer, they're like, whoa, like I can actually, because the pinching, squeezing and all of that kind of stuff, it's like, but the thing is that they're dedicated. They were like, I'm making videos, and they started on their phone. Some of them moved to the iPad, and then they're like, okay, they got to get like an actual like computer to edit. And a lot of it is, like if you're filming a lot of high res stuff, it can chew up a lot of your processing power. So that's part of why having a good computer to help you out to get through things quicker, it's not as frustrating, because our cameras are now shooting higher def and higher quality on our phones and on like just regular cameras, and it's using a lot more megapixels. And that's like with the megabytes, and with how it used to be like megabytes, now it's gigabytes, and it's like you go through gigabytes in seconds. And it's like when you get a 20-minute video, all of a sudden you're like, that's a lot of space for some footage.
I'm going to tell everybody this right now. My stupid phone started recording videos in HD, which they looked fantastic on my phone. So good. And I put them in my timeline. I'm like, oh man, this is the crispest, best imagery I've ever had on a phone. I was so excited. I export the video and I'm like watching, like, I just scrub through the video as soon as it's uploaded on YouTube. It looked like a blown out, like it looked like the sun was like, and it was
Yeah.
because of the HD settings. Oh, talk about frustrated. I was panicked because I was already uploading late and it looked like that. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I got to get this stupid video out. I was so mad, so mad. So Joe told me, turn off the HD settings. Just turn them off. Turn them off.
Yep.
Turn them off your phone when you're doing this. There's
You
no
can
reason.
still film in high def and everything, but they have that setting where it looks crisp, but it only looks crisp on monitors that actually have that setting. And
Mhm.
most computers, most TVs, they're not set to that by default.
Mhm.
So it looks like what you just said, like totally blown out, and you're like, "What the heck? Like, why am I like ghosting white? Like, this is bad."
Oh, and
But
it's like, so, I mean, it literally looks like someone like stuck a sunshine like right on you. You're like,
if
it's so
you
bad.
do, but here's the thing: is if you do film with that, it's an
Mhm.
HDR setting in your phone. If you happen to do that and you're editing in Final Cut, they actually have a setting where you can turn that, and it will reverse that setting for you when you export it. So
Yeah,
that
and they
is,
also have a filter too.
they
There's a
do.
filter.
They have, yep, they've got both, and CapCut may have it as well. But like that was one of the things that like so it's not always lost if you've done that, but you'll spend hours trying to color correct it if by hand. So just use the plugin or the setting if you've done that.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of those ones that like doesn't matter what editor you use.
Yeah, it's not going to look good.
I have one more editor I wanted to share with people that people really like. This one is really popular with a lot of editors, and that's DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah.
Even like some of the big movie sets use this name. Have you tried this one?
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's awesome. It's free.
Oh,
The thing is though is it uses a different type of like timeline editor. They don't It's not like what you would normally see because they usually do color points. And the thing with DaVinci is it is incredibly good at like color correction, and they
hmm.
like that's one of the things that like it is like well known for is how good it can take footage and make it look cinematic. But the learning curve on it is pretty steep.
Oh, I wonder if it could fix that HDR.
Probably, it probably could. I mean, they have like they it's really good at color correction. So if you were kind of going for that cinematic crisp look, like a lot of movie studios are now moving to like DaVinci, Final Cut, and Adobe Premiere to edit like blockbuster movies and Netflix series and all of that. They're using like these are the programs that the professionals are using now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew a lot of people used it. I know a lot of the bigger YouTuber people use this one. So I'm
It
not that special.
it's really good, like I said, for like color correction and that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of like their workflow. I prefer Adobe Premiere,
Mhm.
but it's but it, like I said, I've tried it and I was like, oh, that's pretty good, but not my not. I don't like how they map stuff out.
It's not your circus.
No, I'm like I already know how to do these. I'm just going to stick with that. And Final Cut and Adobe Premiere are very similar, so that's why I'm like, okay, I don't need to like brain melt on DaVinci Resolve now because like I'm not going to use it mainly because most of the stuff I use is um, Photoshop and Adobe products. So
Mhm. Jeremy Blanton says Adobe doesn't like HDR either. It's such a pain.
yeah,
Yeah, it is. Don't film in it. Like
yeah,
that will save you a lot of headache. I was so excited to come back from. I was in Salt Lake, Utah, and I was like, "Oh man, this footage looks amazing." I was so excited, and then I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great! I can't wait for this video to come out." And it looked like hot garbage. I was literally. That was one of those times I was having a panic attack. I was really upset. Oh, Jeremy Blanton also says, "Hi, people. Greetings from snowy North Carolina, South Carolina. Sorry, South Carolina. We got almost 9 inches here. We almost got 9 inches. It was like 8 and 3/4. So we're I don't know how much
It
time we got.
it's just cold here right now.
I
For us,
love it.
it's like, well, I mean, for us, it's like 24 degrees, and I'm like, that's
Same,
freezing. It's too
same
cold.
at night. And you know what I do? I open the windows of my house. I open the
Yeah,
windows of my bedroom.
I hate being cold.
Love it. I think I would part polar bear. All right. Well, if there's any other apps out there you guys want us to look at, maybe play around with, or you happen to have knowledge of, please let me know because I honestly I want to find an alternative to PicMonkey just in case, because it was bought out. PicMonkey used to be its own company, and then it was bought out by Shutterstock, and I don't know. I mean, they haven't done much to update it since then. And I'm always a little scared they're gonna fold that sucker up.
Go do something, right?
Yeah, I love me some PicMonkey, but I'm afraid they're gonna just say, you know what, it's not part of our portfolio anymore, and just pull the plug. They used to even have like an affiliate link, and then
Mhm.
they have it all on there, all that stuff, like, oh, become one of our affiliates, and has it all on there. No one ever answers you. No, like it's
That department is dead.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange, but whatevs. Well,
Yeah.
he had 6 inches in Myrtle Beach. Uh,
Oh,
most
that's pretty cold. Like if you're getting snow, how many years has it been since you've seen snow there? Like, have you?
well, we saw snow here in 2017, but it was only a couple inches. It just
Okay.
just covered the grass. They've not seen snow like this here, like that much, since 1890.
Holy cow!
And New Orleans saw the most snow that they've ever seen in history, like since recorded history.
Wow.
They got 10.5 inches.
Were people like afraid to drive?
Nobody was even trying. I mean, everybody I've never seen so many people out in my neighborhood. Everybody's yards are trash because they were throwing snowballs. Everybody's kids were outside. I mean,
Yeah,
it was so magical and fun.
that's
I,
awesome.
I know, and I was like, nobody even had their phones out. That was like the coolest part. Like
Yeah,
people
they're like
genuinely.
literally enjoying like the snow.
Yeah, I totally checked out. Like I didn't even check my emails, nothing. And I'm like, I'm regretting it today because I spent all morning answering emails, but I was like, you know what? Worth
You're like, fine,
every
I'm okay.
You know what? How often does that happen? Never. Yeah.
1870 something, like you said, apparently.
Yeah, 100
So,
years. So Jeremy says we'll be back in the 60s next week. Don't worry. Same here. Same,
yeah.
same. But I'm excited. We do actually have one channel review. If anybody in the audience, the 4 of you that are watching, want a channel review, just put your channel in the chat over here on the right hand side, or I say the right hand side,
Yeah.
wherever the chat
Wherever
is.
it's at.
Where the chat is for you, just put it in there and we'll give you a little channel review. This is Nival Real Estate, is that correct? I hope
Yeah, I think that's how you'd say it.
Yeah, I'm assuming the K is silent. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. So this is what I tell you about your channel banner. Joe, you already know what I'm gonna say, don't you?
Yeah.
What is your value proposition to the people that are watching your channel? What are they going to get from it other than it's your network about real estate? Like you have to give them value from the get-go. So if they're clicking on your channel, they should know what your channel is about just from that banner itself. Mine says real estate information for everybody. I think, what does Jackie say? Jackie has a good one. Jackie has a really
Oh,
good
what is hers? It's like I will have to look it up now. I don't
No, I'm looking it up right now because she has a good one. Because she had just changed it, Jackie Beak. Your dose
Your
of
dose of real
reality.
estate reality. Yeah.
Yep, that's a good one. That kind of thing. So they know exactly what they're going to get from your channel. I don't love or hate the fact that your phone number is there, but I really like when it's in when they have in your about section a link to some kind of landing page. So that way you're capturing their contact information instead of depending on them to call you, you're capturing their information. And that way you can put them in a drip mail campaign. It's not hiding anything to put it in this part of your channel. But that's what I do. Another thing too is right here on the right hand side. I would put again a QR code to that landing page. Put a QR code there. So that way somebody who's watching it on their television, they could scan it and it would go to a landing page. So that way you could capture their information, find out if they're buying or selling a house. And then that way, again, put them on a drip mail campaign. Joe, your turn.
All right. Well, I agree with everything that you just said. So that's a start with it. Let me, I'm going to move it over here so I can see it just a little bit better. And
I'm going to pull myself away for a second because I'm going to take a bite of my.
All righty. So I'm thinking, well, I can't scroll because it's on your page. So let me, there we go. So I guess find out first off, like, are you guys a relocation channel? It looks like a bunch of different videos, and they seem like it looks to me like you're trying to go for like a wow factor on stuff and to really kind of grab their attention.
This seems like it's just about real estate. There's no niche.
That's what I mean. Is it's like it's just like you're trying to hit, and you got some home tours. Okay, so you either have to decide if you're going to be like a home tour channel or an educational channel, like a talking head channel, educational or home tour. You have like a big mix. It looks like you first started doing home tours, and then you kind of have just a mix of everything. And so what I would recommend is that you got to decide what's their top performing video.
I was just clicking that. Great minds. Yeah, that's all. The first 3 are home tours.
Yeah. So either
on this.
Yeah, either you just keep that as a home tour channel, or if you're wanting to become a talking head channel or a educational channel, my suggestion would be, and advice would be, is start a new channel and have.
I love this thumbnail. I'm so
That's a
sorry.
good thumbnail.
That's a dang good. I am stealing that sucker. That is a good thumbnail.
But I would, if you're going to do like, what's the most recent? Is the most recent more like educational?
Let me look here. Latest. Yeah, they're all educational. They seem to be doing pretty good though. Like this one got 206 views in 12 days.
Well, you could pivot, I guess, if they don't want to change the channel and they've been making content like that. And the others the others are like 4 years old.
Yeah, and these views aren't knocking it out of the park because they're not even reaching.
Yeah. So I guess what I would suggest is decide who you're going to make video content for. Like, are you going to be doing educational? Are you doing relocation? Are you doing it for a buyer or for a seller? Like really niche down to like who your avatar is and start creating content for that person. And the reason that's so important is because then YouTube will know like who your avatar is, and they'll know who to send those videos to. If you take all of these videos and you just kind of mix them up and you grab a handful and throw it against the wall, see what sticks, that's kind of like what I think is going on here. So you're obviously dedicated. You guys are dedicated. You're making videos, but really what you need to do is you need to dial in who you're making the content for. Take a step back before you film anything and really, really decide, and then plan your content towards that rather than, just kind of like relocation and then new construction and then affordable homes and then who's the buyer, like I would definitely really try to put a plan together of like who you're making your content for.
Yep. The size of your noggin is correct here, right? Not correct here. You see how tiny he is?
Yeah, small.
You want to be able to see the whites of your eyes. And you know what? I bet you this one would have done better if it wasn't an AI image.
Yeah. or at least he made himself much bigger in it and used AI like a portion of the AI design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like even just if you were to do portion of the AI design, I'd just say retiring to Michigan and then show Michigan because there's some beautiful areas of Michigan. So why would you do it as a cartoon? You know, it's kind of like when you live in Hawaii and then
and you're doing like green screen.
Still blows my mind. I will never get over that.
Yeah.
I'm never get over that.
But yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the commitment looks like they're there. The other thing is like the length of your videos. Mm-hmm. Some of them are a little shorter. Try to get past that 8.5 minutes if you can.
Yep. YouTube likes that. Over 8.5 minutes. And the reason being is they want to sell ads. And in order to sell more ads, you got to be over 8.5 minutes.
Yep. That's why.
Yeah, you got some and you know what, like this one was a good title, but because it was short, but because it was it's not specific, I would be like finally affordable homes in Michigan. That's what I would have said. No, you don't have to use Macomb County. You don't have to use that. But I would say finally affordable new homes in Michigan. And then the video would explain about where it's at.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's at. It's in my phone.
I think so just like going through all of this, and honestly, we've done a lot of reviews. Mm-hmm. Let's talk just for a minute about like, you know, for anyone maybe watching on the replay or something like that, but like what, like this is, I want to dive into like the people's mind a little bit and go, okay, is the idea we're making content because we want to get leads, we're making content because we want to get more business. Like having a plan matters so much when you're doing this stuff. So if that's what you're doing, like instead of just running and gunning, which is what I think a lot of agents do, is they get an idea, they grab their phone and they go film it.
No, you know what I think most agents do is they go to a conference, then they buy a list of things that some agent said, these are the first 15 videos you have to make. Or they go to a conference and they see that people are doing this and they're like, oh, I could do that. And then they go to some other real estate agent's channel in their market and copy what they did.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I'm not getting any leads. So it all has to come down to goal setting, right? And I learned this from the great Daryl Eves. He's not dead. I just always talk about him like he is. He always starts off with goal setting because you have to find out what your goal is for your channel. Almost 99.9999% of real estate agents say, well, I just want leads. And we will tell you, Joe and I will tell you, you got to think a little deeper than that. You know, of course we want leads. But who do you want those leads from? Are you wanting leads from luxury buyers? Are you wanting leads from land buyers? Are you wanting leads from condo buyers? And then inevitably they go, well, I just want it all. Okay. You have to be specific because I don't like working with everybody. Give me a break. You know, honestly, luxury clients that are like high end here in Baton Rouge make me have diarrhea. Like that is the last thing I want to work with. You know, like I want like the regular people that are just wanting to buy their first home, right? So that's why I make sure that I focus on that specific person when I'm making content. And that's how you have to think about it too. Are you going to be working with buyers? Or are you going to be working with sellers? Are you going to be doing relocation? Are you going to be doing, like what is it? Are you wanting to do investors? Because an investor's mindset on buying a home is going to be completely different than the mindset of a first-time home buyer. You can't have it all. YouTube is like a television station. You don't go to ESPN to find out how to make a sourdough bread, right?
Right.
Yes, if you turn on ESPN and saw that. So think of your YouTube channel as the exact same way.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is just planning a little will make a huge difference. And I think that's the hardest thing because we're already busy as agents running around doing a bunch of other things. But if you can take just a minute to really plan out your content and think about exactly what Christina said. Think about like, who am I making this for? And
Mhm.
if you've done real estate, then you probably have examples and stories of things that you can share to help get the point across of why uh, you're, like things to avoid when doing new construction, if that's what you're doing. Like whatever it is that you're trying to give them the information on, but telling real stories to help you get the point across. And a lot of people, I think, try so hard with graphics and with animations and with all of these other things rather than focusing on like the story and really telling a good story and then supplementing that story with some animation, some B-roll, but it's not overkill.
I love the fact that they have 2 people, because I mean, talk about a relief. One person does a 1 week, the next person does the next week.
Yeah,
That is like,
that's smart.
yeah, I know. Like, let's hope they stay friends forever. Because that would suck, you know. Yeah, and I think that, if each person works on their specific playlist, and then that person, like, you always know that that person's going to be doing everything that's about land, right?
Yep.
And you're going to do the land, and you're going to do new construction, right? Those are the two playlists that you're going to work on. And then the next guy does, well, I'm going to do market reports and pros and cons. That's my playlist.
Yep.
So then like, that's how you should be thinking about your channel and how you guys can work together. And of course, on each other's videos, and you don't need, it looks like you have a intro. I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
right now, we've been doing this for a hot minute. Lose
Get
the
rid
intro.
of it.
Get rid of it.
Lose
They
it.
hate it. I know Joe and I do this on the live stream, but we do it kind of as a kind of joke. It was kind of fun, just one of those kind of things. But for the average buyer and seller watching our real estate videos, don't put an intro in.
You know what, though? That brings up a good point, though. Live streams are different. Like,
Yes.
live streams are different where you can have intros because sometimes you're getting prepped and getting ready for the show as well. And they're a longer form content that's not just like a planned video, but it's different because they're people, like a lot of the stuff that we're doing, we do the intro one because we think it's funny and we like the rap and everything. But really what it does is it allows us to kind of get our stuff ready to go and then record, give us a little minute, and then a great segue. The difference is when you're watching YouTube videos that are not live streams and you go there to learn something, and then the first thing they say is, I'm Joe Realty, subscribe, join me, do all these things, and you've provided zero value so far in the video, and yet you're asking that buyer or that seller for something, or the viewer, rather than providing the value, giving the information, and diving right into it, hooking them, diving in, and then re-engaging. And then at that right time, then after providing some value, you can give a little call to action to say, hey, if you like what you've heard, go ahead, click on the link below. I'd love to set up a time to chat with you. And it's just that simple. It doesn't have to be a salesy thing. It's very simple. But having that after you provided some value is going to be a lot more effective than having an intro about how they should like, subscribe, and follow you before you've even done anything. And then the other thing is retention goes straight down because they don't want to see that. They clicked on the video because you at least caught their attention about something, and it wasn't the intro.
Yeah. The about section is like Metro Detroit Realtors committed to connecting buyers and sellers in a community with keys that open the doors through our passion, experience, and integrity. Our channel provides the best. So you really should have started as, our channel provides the best real estate education and then find out what that specific niche is. I know you're going to say, but it's about my niche.
It's everything.
Yeah, my niche is real estate. I get that. No, it's not. You're going to have to be more specific. Mine happens to be about affordable housing. I think Jackie Baker's is about first-time home buyers.
Yep.
There's a bunch of channels that are like relocation. So, like, figure it out so that way you can talk to them. Because when you get more, they say the riches are in the niches is what they say, and it's 100% true. It's 100% true. And some people say, well, I'm afraid I'm going to box myself in. I'm going to get too niche and no one's going to want. Very rarely does that happen. And then when they say, well, I tried that and doesn't work, it was too niche. And then it's like, it wasn't about that you were too niche. It was that your video sucked. There was there's more to it than that. The more specific you are in your niche, the better off you're going to be. Not only just for views, but for leads and the type of clients you want to work with. That's the other thing too, is like people say, well, you don't need a bunch of views to get clients. No, and that's 100% true. The whole reason I started continuously posting on YouTube was because I put up a few videos, they got like 6 views and I got a listing from it. So I was like, man, I'm hooked. I had been doing Facebook for a little while, but I was like, I just put a video out on YouTube and I got a listing. So I get it. But, just like any kind of marketing campaign, the more eyeballs you get on it, the more likely you're going to get more phone calls. So so put that landing page in there to book an appointment. Because I know you have your website there, but that's not a landing page. That's just a website. Put a landing page link there. You're probably going to want to verify your account too. So that way it's in your YouTube studio where you verify your account. So that way that website link will be blue and all they have to do is click on it. You want to do that.
Yeah. It hasn't been done. And if you don't do it, then when they click, it won't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Because someone's going to have to physically go over here, go like this, click this, copy, they're not going to
do that. They want to just click on it.
Too many steps. They're going to, no. They're like, whatever, they make it easy. Yeah. So I did go to that website and on the first page, it does have a place where you can go. I'll show you. All right, here we go. It has this seller consultation. So you have a home valuation, seller consultation.
Do you want to add that?
Oh, it's not showing?
Nope.
Son of a biscuit. All right, hold on. Present. No. Maybe because I'm doing this, maybe? Yeah, that's why. It was my fault. It was StreamYard.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I would it says home valuation, seller consultation, and viewing properties. Do you know what this says to me as a person looking on the outside? You really just want to work with listings. So become a listing agent channel. Yeah.
Create content for that.
Yeah. Up here has buyers and sellers, but these 3 tabs, home valuation, seller consultation, property viewings. To me, it's front end of people that you want to work with that are sellers. That's what I see. And then this is the link that you should be using for that consultation. Oh, you're doing a Calendly.
It could go directly like that, just right from that link.
Yep. You can use that link in your about.
I would put that right in YouTube.
I concur, Joe Eves. Man, they give you an hour and 30 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody for an hour and 30 minutes. I don't even talk to myself for an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Joe, what do you know?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. What's he been up to?
I know. I think he broke up with us.
Mm-hmm.
I always call him Good Looking Joe. People in the audience don't know that this is the one in the corner here. That's the Good Looking Joe. Maybe that's not it.
Busy selling houses, 4 closings. Good job,
man. Oh man. Well, Joe, we don't have any more channel reviews today, so I think it's time to wrap things up. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't. Unless anyone has any questions, I concur.
Oh, you know what I need to tell anybody? There's three people in here, and I'm going to tell you right now. Today starts the next round of the Real Estate Video Geeks.
Yep.
And I'll just give it whoever is in this audience and they still want it for the special pricing. Let me know, but it's only for today. That's it. No
replay requests.
No replay requests, and there is a discount. So if you want it, it has to be today. Joe didn't even. I didn't even ask Joe.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
I don't. It's better to ask for forgiveness.
Right. Yeah. What am I going to say? Christina wants it. I guess Christina gets it. So
I'm so mean. I'm so bossy. All right, guys. If there's anything you want to talk about next week, let us know. And we'll always be in that real estate mastermind group that's on Facebook. And until then, we'll see you then. Oh, and go ahead and watch our outro.
yeah, our outro.
Yeah, don't do that on your videos, by the way.
Yeah.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's the end of the stream. Christina and Joe taught you all the tricks, make your leads grow. From thumbnails to tags, you gotta be bold. YouTube's the key, turn your listings to gold. Edit those vids, make them snappy, make them fly. Engage with your audience, connect, don't be shy. Realtor to the core, but tech on your side. Hit that algorithm like a digital tide. This is the final click, now you're in the know. Use YouTube to flourish, let them listings blow. It's the small details that bring in the dough. From Christina and Joe, here's the way to go. Every upload strategic so your views ain't stopping. Consistency's key, schedule that drop. Content's king, crown it at the top. So you learn the ropes from two of the best. Christina and Joe, put your skills to the test. Turn those leads into clients, make your channel explode. Realtor success on the digital road. This is the final click, now you're in the